I never thought I'd find myself uttering these words, but my wife, my partner of 11 years, betrayed me. And while the affair itself was a sharp, jagged wound, what pierced deepest was her belief that I'd never notice, that I was too trusting, too busy, too blind to see the truth unfolding right before me. For over a decade, I believed we had something unshakable. Our life wasn't perfect. We had struggles. I worked long hours, sometimes more than I should have, but I always came home to the same soft rhythm. Her smile waiting for me at the door, a kiss brushed across my cheek, a whispered I love you before bed. I thought those moments were real. I thought they meant something. But in hindsight, I see it clearly now. Routine can be the perfect camouflage for betrayal. It didn't happen all at once. It crept in subtle and silent. She began paying more attention to herself. New gym memberships, expensive lingerie tucked into drawers, fresh lipstick even when she said she was just meeting the girls. I told myself not to be paranoid. Maybe she was just taking care of herself. Maybe she needed something that had nothing to do with me. I didn't want to be the husband who questioned his wife for investing in her own happiness. But then the late nights began, the vague explanations, the texts she would delete the moment they appeared. One night, as she leaned over to grab her water bottle, a message flashed across her screen. It was from someone saved as Tina, followed by a wine glass emoji. Strange. Something about it felt off. I asked casually, "Who's Tina?" Without hesitation. She smiled and said it was someone from her yoga class. She didn't even blink. But something in me shifted. Whether it was instinct or the quiet voice of certainty whispering that the story didn't add up, I knew from that moment that wasn't yoga. That wasn't wine. That was a lie dressed in familiarity. I didn't confront her right away. I didn't want denials or well-rehearsed apologies. I wanted truth, undeniable, ugly clear. A few days later, she told me she had a girls' night planned and would be back late. Conveniently, I was scheduled for an overnight system upgrade at work. She smiled, kissed me goodbye, and left thinking the night was hers. But I'd already swapped shifts behind her back, called in a favor, left the house like everything was normal. I waited. When she stepped out in that red dress, the one she hadn't worn in years, my heart felt like it was cracking from inside. I didn't follow her immediately. I let her believe she was free. I gave her time to feel safe. 2 hours later, I was parked across from the Westbrook, a boutique hotel tucked just far enough from our neighborhood to make her feel hidden. Her car was already there. I walked into the lobby with my heart pounding and told the front desk I wanted to surprise my wife. They hesitated until I showed them a photo of us together, grinning in better days. Room 214, they said. My feet felt like they were carrying the weight of our entire history as I walked down that hallway. My pulse was chaos. Every step pulled rage, heartbreak, and disbelief tighter around my chest. I had the key. I didn't knock. I opened the door. The first thing I saw was her coat on the floor. Her shoes kicked off like this was home. Then I saw her, on the bed, laughing, half-dressed, tangled in the sheets beside a man with his bare back, turned to me. She hadn't even locked the door. She turned. Her laughter vanished. Her mouth opened, but no words came out. The man twisted around, startled, fumbling for the sheet as if it could shield him from what he'd done. I stared at them, emotion churning in my throat, and simply said, "Don't stop on my account." Then came the silence. The kind of silence that howls in your ears. The kind that exists only when something inside you has completely broken. She stammered, *Andrew. Wait, this isn't what it looks like, *. I laughed, not because it was funny, but because, even in that moment, she still thought she could spin it, manipulate it. She still thought I could be fooled. I looked her dead in the eye. *, I followed you. I've known for weeks. You just made it easy. *. She scrambled for her clothes, her excuses pouring out in shaky half-truths. She said it was a mistake. She said she didn't mean for it to happen. She said she still loved me. But I didn't stay to hear the rest. I didn't yell. I didn't throw things. I didn't even look back. The truth had already done its job. She called me later. 7 missed calls. 2 voicemails. Messages that swung violently between regret, apology, guilt, and desperation. I didn't answer, because sometimes the most devastating response isn't anger. It's silence. It's walking away while they're still standing in the wreckage, realizing too late that they shattered the wrong person. Everything changed after that night, not just between us, but inside me. Whatever trust had once been the foundation of our marriage was now just ash and dust. But what truly haunted me wasn't the affair. It was the way she assumed I'd never see it coming, that I'd stay blind, that I'd play my part in the lie while she lived hers. But I'm not that man. Not anymore. Sometimes love alone isn't enough to hold two people together. Sometimes the bravest, most necessary act of self-respect is to leave before their lies convince you to keep staying. She may have broken the life we built together, but I didn't lose myself in the ruins. And in the end, that made all the difference.